Let's dive into the key matchups for Thursday Night Football, Lions and Cowboys. First one to look out for is the Cowboys wide receiver group versus the Lions secondary. We now know that the Lions will be without cornerback Terrion Arnold for the rest of the season. They've placed him on injured reserve. They did get back DJ Reed several weeks ago, but they'll have to rely on their depth pieces, Amik Robertson, Rock Ya-Sin, to make up for the loss of Terrion Arnold. If Dak Prescott has the time, he will be able to pick apart this Lions secondary. Another key matchup to look out for is Dallas's defensive front, specifically their rushing defense versus the Detroit run attack, which we know is spearheaded by the two-headed monster Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery, but they've been very inconsistent lately. On the opposite side, Dallas with Quinnen Williams and company have been elite recently as far as their rushing defense and getting after it through the interior. That alone could be Detroit's kryptonite. Another good matchup will be the Detroit defensive front versus Dallas's offensive line. Recently, Detroit has not been able to get after the quarterback, producing very little sacks, and their pressure rate continues to slip. Aiden Hutchinson has that motor, but he really needs some help. So Detroit's going to have to get creative with their defensive scheme. Their defensive coordinator, Kelvin Shepard, might have to adjust from his man coverage and bring up more help into the box to get some pressure on the quarterback. And I believe the biggest matchup in Lions versus Cowboys will be the Lions offensive line versus Dallas's defensive front. We talked about the way Dallas has been surging defensively with their run defense. Well, they can also get after the quarterback. Detroit has had a lot of difficulty protecting Jared Goff. Now with some issues at center with Graham Glasgow missing time last week, we know Frank Ragnow will not be returning. They're going to have to figure out how to adjust this interior as they start to get some players back. Until then, and this week against Dallas, they're going to have to figure this out. If the Lions can't protect Jared Goff or get something going on the ground, this is going to lean in the Cowboys' favor. Let me know in the comments below, what do you have for the key matchups in Lions versus Cowboys on Thursday Night Football? Make sure to check out @JohnnyGazSports for additional Detroit Lions content.